Not having money is miserable, and I've been there, sharing a 100 square foot room with a roommate and counting every penny to make sure that I can make it until the end of the month has taught me a lot. I'm still very careful with money because I know what it means to cut down on your meals to make the rent at the end of the month. Back when I was a freshman, I wasn't thinking to make a lot of money, but I wanted to get out of that desperate financial position because I had to make a lot of compromises. So my only hope was, once I graduate, I will have the required skills to find a job that will provide me with the comfort of free time. Then I will use that time to develop a business or skills that will further increase my income. It seemed like a reasonable plan. However, it wasn't long enough that I realized it wasn't as good as I thought because I wasn't ready to wait for a few years to graduate and then figure out what I want to do. So I decided to try everything I could. I tried to start an online business, got into real estate, joined a little startup, and after years of commitment and hard work, I made it. When you don't have to worry about money, trust me, life changes. You no longer base your every decision on how much does it cost. You will suddenly have the freedom to do things that are interesting to you, that matter to you. You will have the freedom to take a break from everything and don't worry about the rent. You don't have to be a billionaire to do that. It takes far less than that. So in this video, I want to share with you some basic steps to achieve financial freedom if you're just starting out or still on the way to do that. Number 1. Stay cash flow positive. How good are you at managing your cash flow is eventually what determines how financially successful are you going to be. If you have taken accounting classes, you probably know what cash flow is. But in college, they teach you that businesses have cash flow. However, in life, we deal with the same problem. We have to manage the inflow and outflow of cash. To keep your business healthy, you have to make sure that there is more money coming in than going out. Or at least the amount of money that leaves the business is equal to the amount that it receives. It doesn't matter how much debt or expenses the business has. As long as it generates more cash than it loses, it's a good business. Personal finance works exactly the same way. It doesn't matter how much debt you have, mortgage, student loans, car lease, as long as you're cash flow positive. Number 2. Don't take unnecessary responsibilities. This mistake is literally one of the main reasons why a lot of people are struggling financially. They might be cash flow positive, but then they take a financial responsibility that they can't afford. I'm not just talking about getting a brand new car lease or credit card debt, but they get into an expensive relationship maybe, or start a family. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that starting a family is a bad idea, but here is the equation. Let's say your cash flow is balanced. You start a family, raise a kid, your expenses increase. You get a second job or get a promotion, and your income rises as well. Not bad, right? But as you keep getting older, your expenses rise as well, and at some point exceed your income. So you become cash flow negative. And for the rest of your life, you will be working hard to catch up with your negative cash flow. And that's known as generational poverty. You get to the point where you don't have the means to build capital that will get you out of poverty. Most people today can't get financially independent not because they don't work hard enough, but rather they put themselves in a situation where they have no other option but to spend every penny they earn.